78%. That is the number nobody wants to talk about. 78% of Americans cannot cover a $1,000 emergency without going into debt. These are not lazy people. These are not stupid people. These are people who work 40 hours a week, pay their bills, and do everything right. And they are still one car repair away from financial disaster. Today, Finance with Marcus is going to show you exactly why. And more importantly, what you can do about it starting today. Let me start with the math. Because the math is where this whole thing falls apart. The average American earns $58,000 per year. That sounds like enough. Until you break it down and see exactly where every single dollar goes. Federal and state taxes take about $14,000 off the top before you even see it. Housing takes another $21,600. That is rent or mortgage plus utilities plus insurance. Your car takes $8,736 in monthly payments alone before you spend a single dollar on gas or repairs. Food takes $8,400. Subscriptions, phone bills, and streaming services take another $3,600. Add all of that up and you have $56,336 gone. On a $58,000 salary. That leaves $1,664 for the entire year. And that is if absolutely nothing goes wrong. No medical bill. No unexpected car repair. No broken appliance. No family emergency. This is not a spending problem. This is a structural problem. The system was not designed for the average American to get ahead. And the proof is in the numbers. Look at this chart. In 2005, the cost of living and wages were roughly keeping up with each other. But watch what happens over the next 20 years. The cost of living climbs 95%. Wages climb about 60%. That gap, that 35% gap between what things cost and what people earn, is where the American middle class has been slowly disappearing. Every single year you work the same job, you are effectively taking a pay cut. Not because your boss cut your salary, but because everything around you got more expensive while your paycheck stayed almost the same. Housing costs are up 147% since 2005. Healthcare is up 132%. A college degree now costs 180% more than it did 20 years ago. Even groceries are up 89%. And wages? Up 60%. The math does not work. It has never worked. And the people in charge of the system know it does not work. They just benefit from you not knowing. And now here is the part that makes everything worse. Because when people cannot make ends meet, they turn to credit cards. And the average American household now carries $11,000 in credit card debt at an average interest rate of 24%. That means $2,640 every single year is leaving your bank account and going straight into the pocket of a bank. For doing absolutely nothing except waiting. The banks created a product that feels like a solution to a problem that the economy created. But it is not a solution. It is a trap. And once you are in it, it is designed to be very difficult to escape. Here is the math on minimum payments. If you have $11,000 in credit card debt and you make only the minimum payment every month, it takes 17 years to pay it off. And by the time you are done, you have paid $22,000 for an $11,000 debt. You paid for it twice. $11,000 went to the bank in pure interest. For doing nothing. For waiting. That is the trap. And 78% of Americans are either already in it or one emergency away from falling into it. So what do you actually do? Here is the part nobody else is telling you. First, move every dollar of your savings into a high-yield savings account immediately. The average bank pays you 0.5% interest. A high-yield savings account pays 4 to 5% right now. On $5,000, that is the difference between earning $25 per year and earning $225 per year. It takes 5 minutes to set up and it costs you nothing. Second, attack your debt using the avalanche method. List every debt you have from highest interest rate to lowest. Pay the minimum on everything. Then throw every single extra dollar you can find at the highest interest debt first. When that one is gone, move everything to the next one. This method will save you more money than any other debt payoff strategy. Third, start investing in index funds even if you can only afford $50 per month. You do not need to pick stocks. You do not need a financial advisor. You need a Roth IRA account and a total stock market index fund. $100 per month starting at age 25 becomes $350,000 by age 65 at a historical 8% annual return. The same $100 per month in a savings account becomes $48,000. The difference is $302,000. That is retirement. Fourth, build any skill that can earn you money outside your job. A second income stream of even $300 to $500 per month changes the entire equation. It gives you breathing room. It gives you options. And in an economy where wages are not keeping up with costs, options are the most valuable thing you can have. Fifth, if you ever buy a home, learn about house hacking. Rent out a room or a basement unit and use that income to cover part or all of your mortgage. Thousands of Americans are effectively living for free right now because they understood this one concept. Your home can be an asset instead of just an expense. $302,000. That is the gap between someone who invests $100 per month and someone who saves $100 per month over 40 years. Same amount of money. Completely different result. The only difference is knowledge. And that is exactly why Finance with Marcus exists. Because the financial system benefits from you staying confused. And we are done with that. 78% of Americans are broke not because they are lazy or irresponsible, but because nobody ever sat them down and showed them the real numbers. You just saw the real numbers. Now you know what the system is doing. And now you know what to do about it. This is Finance with Marcus. If this video gave you something nobody else did, then subscribe. Because next week we are going inside the American healthcare system and showing you exactly how much you are being overcharged. And that number is going to make this one look small.